And just like that, yes, indeed, we are live. We are back for a WWE Friday Night SmackDown live watch-along here on Owen Wrestle News 365. How is everybody doing? Hope you are all doing good in the chat and on the channel. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe to Owen Wrestle News 365 if you haven't already. As you can see right there, we are just less than 200 subscribers away from 24,000. Of course, our goal is to hit 25K in 2025. So if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. And you may be watching this right now. Maybe you're tuning into this live stream and say, hey, this doesn't seem like the right time. What's going on here? What do you mean SmackDown's about to start in 14 minutes time? Well, of course, because as you can see via this flag right here, WWE Friday Night SmackDown is not in the United States of America this week. Instead, it is being broadcast live from Dublin, Ireland. Different time zone, different place, different country. Now, for people that are watching in the United States, nothing will really change for you. You will still watch the show on USA Network in its usual time slot. That's 8 p.m. Eastern. And you will watch the program happen there. It won't be live. It'll have been taped earlier on. But you will be watching it on that show. But for the rest of the world, or in pretty much the rest of the world apart from very select regions, the show will be airing live, streaming live internationally on Netflix. Now, if you're in the United States and you say, hey, I want to watch it with you. I want to watch it at the same time as everyone else. I don't want to wait until a tape delay. I don't want to watch a tape show later on when everyone else has watched it. You can do so. You can watch it live on Netflix. But you got to change your location. You can do that if you get a VPN. Such as NordVPN, which you can see right there in the sidebar. If you scan that QR code, if you click the link in the video description, it's also pinned in the chat. You can get up to 73% off plus 3 months extra and get a NordVPN deal. It's a great way to be able to change your location and watch SmackDown this evening. In addition to that, you can watch all the other stuff you might not be able to get on Netflix or other streaming services in your region. And also, it's a great way to support the channel. So as I mentioned, scan the QR code, click the link in the video description, or it's pinned in the chat, and you can get up to 73% off from NordVPN. And as mentioned, it's a great way to help the channel, and you can watch live with us, SmackDown. And actually, with all of the WWE PLEs going to Netflix, going to ESPN from Peacock in the United States, maybe it's the right time to get a VPN and a good one so you can watch as part of your Netflix subscription. Might be the wise thing to do, indeed. Right, as I mentioned, the show is going to be kicking off in 11 minutes' time. Big up to everyone who's tuning in. If you haven't already, click that like button and be sure to subscribe. We've got close to 60 people watching, which is great. As far as what's on tap for this evening on WWE SmackDown, well, we know that John Cena will be appearing this evening. He's going to be live in Dublin, Ireland, as we get closer and closer to Clash in Paris. This is the beginning of a bit of a mini European tour that WWE are doing. Of course, it's to culminate at Clash in Paris at the end of the month. And at that PLE, it'll be John Cena's final match in France for WWE, and he's set to face off against Logan Paul at the PLE. Of course, we will be doing a watch-along and a post-show for that. But he's going to be in attendance this evening. I don't know if it's been announced that Logan Paul is going to be there. One would assume that he is going to be there, but I don't know if it's been actually confirmed that Logan Paul is actually going to be in attendance tonight. But I think that is the case. As far as him having a match, I mean, I don't think it's impossible. We did see him have a tag match on SmackDown a couple of weeks ago. It's up to Cena. Really what he wants to do. We know what his next 2 matches are definitely going to be. We know he's facing Logan Paul at Clash in Paris. We know that it's not been announced, but he's going to face Brock Lesnar at WrestlePalooza in September. And for those asking, how are you going to do a watch-along for that? You would have already seen over the summer. We did 2 watch-alongs at the same time. I did night 2 of SummerSlam, or the start of night 2 of SummerSlam, whilst I was streaming on United View at the time. So I'm just going to do the same thing. On September 20th, I believe is the date. Sunday, September 20th. Was it a Saturday? That doesn't matter. September 20th, when you've got AEW All Out and WWE WrestlePalooza, we'll have 2 streams going on. I'm not going to be doing it in half and half. No, we're going to have 2 streams on the channel. One stream is going to be just WWE WrestlePalooza. The other stream is going to be AEW All Out. So you can go whichever one you want to go to, and that's going to be what's happening. But we're going to be doing both at the same time, which I think is going to be a lot of fun indeed. Big up to KJ in the chat, says let's go in, and says simulcast stream part 2. There's going to be, even before that, I've got another simulcast. It's happening Sunday. It's happening Sunday because AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door. That is Sunday. It's in London at the O2. It begins, I believe, at 6 p.m. Now, Manchester United are playing Fulham in the Premier League, which kicks off at 4:30. So there is going to be overlap. There is going to be overlap between the Man United game and Forbidden Door. So I'm going to once again be doing two things at the same time. And then once I finish on the match view, then I'll be fully focused on Forbidden Door. So it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy. The end of the month that we've got coming up is just insane. Like I said, we've got Forbidden Door. We've got, of course, Clash in Paris. We've got these Raws and SmackDowns that are going to be taking place in Europe. So there's a lot of streams coming up here on the channel. So be sure to subscribe, click the notification bell. You'll be notified when we go live, indeed, for all of them. Big up to Smurfy Singh, says, hey, Owen, welcome. Hope you're doing good, my friend. So, yes, John Cena is going to be on the show this evening. What else have we got on tap? We've got a match between Aleister Black and R-Truth. You remember him? Remember R-Truth? You know, the guy that his contract was allowed to expire, and then there was a big outrage about how badly he was treated, and WWE, they're so out of touch. They don't know what the fans want, blah, 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 blah. We want truth, the chants, the trending hashtags. He gets brought back. And what happens? He does a bit of a different character. I'm Ron Killings now and cuts his hair and nothing. And there isn't even that much of an outrage that they're doing really nothing. It's just people, they've just moved on. They've just kind of moved on, really, haven't they? So we've got Aleister Black versus R-Truth. You know, I mean, I don't know. the whole R-Truth situation of how that unfolded, and a couple of months now removed, and just people just again not really caring, just moved on. Maybe it just shows that people do just crave the norm. The status quo is back. People don't like change. They cry out for it, but they actually don't like it that much. John Cena, for all of those years, turn him heel, turn him heel, turn him heel. Oh, actually, I don't know. It's not really working. Turn him babyface. John Cena, we want John Cena. After all of those years about him turning heel. He was a heel for a couple months and went, screw that. Be babyface, be Super Cena. That's what we want. Because it's about timing, isn't it? It's about timing, and it's about, importantly, execution as well. You know, if John Cena had turned heel during the height of his WWE career, or maybe not say the height, but certainly in those years where he was still full-time and regular, and if the execution of it was good, then we'd be talking something totally different. The problem with the John Cena heel turn is, at this point in time, nobody had really wanted to see it anymore. It was Cena's final run, and he was, you know, so popular, and he'd become this iconic sort of Babe Ruth-esque status that people wanted to cheer Cena because they weren't going to see him again. So they didn't want to boo. And then also the idea of him being in a heel faction, but with The Rock and with Travis Scott and having this, you know, cross-entertainment juggernaut of a faction. That was like, this is going to be interesting. But we never saw The Rock again. We saw Travis Scott once, and then we never saw him again as well. The execution of it was shocking. Like, it was really, really bad. And that says a lot, I think, about the current state of the WWE creative. I know they're doing well in business and all this kind of stuff, but they fumbled the John Cena heel turn so badly that a few months later they had to revert type and go, well, Cena, babyface again, because we got that totally wrong. Politics and, you know, The Rock and Travis Scott and all that kind of stuff. What a mess. What a mess of that they made. What a giant cluster they made. And then when it pertains to the R-Truth situation, terrible. Bring R-Truth back, bring him back. But Ron Killings comes back, goes, right, in this last run, I want to do it as a serious character. I want to do it as a character with a bit of edge to it. And basically the audience goes, no, we just want you to kind of make us laugh like you used to. We're not really interested in anything else. Even again, that kind of speaks volumes, doesn't it? So they're going to be facing off this evening on SmackDown. What else have we got? We've got a tag team match We've got a tag team match. It is the Motor City Machine Guns versus the tag team known as Mellow Don't Miz. I know. The match should be, great. I mean, you've got the Motor City Machine Guns, Carmelo Hayes, top talent. The Miz, he's fine. Yeah. It's just kind of, I don't know. I did just the Carmelo Hayes booking on the main roster. I mean, you could say that he's won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. It just always, so his booking always to me just feels like he must have pissed someone off or someone doesn't like him, because he was such a front and center player for Shawn Michaels on NXT. And for the positions he's found himself in on the main roster, it is somewhat baffling. I must say. We've got that tag team match. We've also got Charlotte Flair versus Piper Niven is taking place on the show as well. Of course, Flair probably doing the best babyface work she's ever done in WWE. She's never been a good babyface, but actually credit, I think, to as much as I criticize the WWE creative, credit to them. Although, again, you kind of feel like, I don't know how much by design it was, but people are now shining to her a bit more as a babyface. I feel like the Players Tribune article really helped her. Really helped her, and the perception of her. In a weird way, that whole situation with Tiffany Stratton on the SmackDown earlier this year in Chicago, the way it played out, maybe not so much in real time, but the reaction to it several months after the fact, and I think as people find more out about it, they're like, oh, okay, actually, you know what? She got hard done by there, and there's a bit more depth under the character, which I think is what people have wanted to see when it comes to Charlotte for a long time. And just goes to show again, people don't want to see her be the women's champion every time. Charlotte Flair wins the women's championship. That's the character. Don't have to. Won the tag titles instead. still got to get gold because, of course. But but the tag team, I think, with Alexa Bliss is working quite well. So that match is coming up on SmackDown this evening. Plus a lot of stuff, of course, that's I'm sure is yet to be announced. So that is the show for us. It's about to kick off in 2 minutes' time. Well, actually, much less than in about 70 seconds, according to my Netflix in front of me. What are people saying here? KJ says, look at Trick Williams in NXT and TNA. Absolutely. King Vienny says, Mello don't miss unless it's Triple H. Wow. And Lil Yo-Yo says, Owen with the sponsorships, Well, like I always say in the videos, go and check out the affiliates. The links are always in the video description below. And check them out on the channels. You can get yourself some great products. You can save yourself some money and you can support the channel. And particularly, this is particularly relevant, certainly, with situations like now, where there will be a lot of people tuning in from America going, you're watching SmackDown now on Netflix? I didn't think it was on right now. What's going on? Well, internationally right now, SmackDown is streaming live on Netflix. Now, if you're in the United States, tough luck. You're not going to be able to tune in unless you got a VPN. And wouldn't it just be a perfect time to get a VPN like right now? Wouldn't it be a perfect time to scan the QR code, get up 73% off, get 3 months extra? It'd be a perfect time to do it, wouldn't it? Not bad indeed. The live event is about to start. Which it must say has been particularly annoyingly not clear this evening. I wonder what that is all about. If you haven't already, click the like button, folks. See if we can get to 30 likes or maybe higher, 9 likes away. As we're going to get the cold open from WWE. Any point, maybe. There you go. Then now forever, folks, I think it might be together. Let me just double check. dun, 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 dun. Very dramatic. It's like you're watching it. And for the first time ever, WWE is broadcasting a major live event from Ireland. It's at the 3 Arena. As you see the fans lining up. Oh, Logan Paul is there, indeed. Gets big boos, as one would expect. The Street Profits will be taking on JC Mateo and Tonga Loa on SmackDown. But they've got to get past Solo Sikoa's MFTs. That's going to be taking place. And there is one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, Charlotte Flair. Looks to be in unbelievable shape. Piper Niven, a member of the Secret Herbis. As Joe Tessitore welcomes everyone inside the arena. And I tell you what, that is a loud crowd. My goodness me. Joe Tessitore with Wade Barrett. Joe Tess says it's hard to describe. There you go. That's a bit better. Hard to describe the energy that is right here in Dublin, Ireland. Wade Barrett says he can't hear a single word. I mean, they are loud. We're getting already chants of ole, 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 ole. Barrett promises a banger of a show. The Olays have already started. They're starting with a hometown superstar. Who is that? Oh, we're getting Becky Lynch, the Women's Intercontinental Champion. But I thought she's a Raw superstar. Brand split? What brand split? I don't know what you're talking about. It doesn't exist. I will also say as well, Becky Lynch's new theme is excellent. And you know why? Because it's not done by CFOs. Not CFOs, by Def Rebel. Excuse me. It's done by the Wonder Years, and it's actually excellent. It's a very good theme. Big Time Bex is back on SmackDown. I guess a heck of a reaction, as one would expect. I mean, it's hardly a surprise, is it? Sold out inside the 3 Arena. Crowd chant Becky for Becky Lynch. A pretty unique camera angle they've got tonight as well, which I'm all for. Change it up, constantly make it different. A crowd to no surprise, chanting for Becky Lynch. I mean, they are loud, very loud. It's going to be one of those ones where it might even be difficult, you know, to it might even be difficult for them to do promos this evening. It'll be that loud. I mean, she's in full babyface mode this evening, must be said. 1-0 West Ham. Bloody hell. Crowd chant, we deserve it. Nothing like patting yourselves on the back, but they do. If you haven't already, folks, click the like button. 7 likes away from 30 likes. Be sure to subscribe. She's talking about going to old events. When Randy Orton made eye contact with her. Said she always dreamed they could have TV there. And now that it's happening, go heel. She finally gets to say, you don't deserve it. Yeah. Sure, she is a heel. You don't deserve it. No, you don't. No, none of them deserve to be on TV. No, none of you do. No. She petitioned to try to get the show cancelled. Crowd chant, we want Lyra. She said you're not going to get her because she beat her. She doesn't get a shot at my title ever again, says Becky Lynch. Says, don't waste your breath. Breath. Imagine. Will Lyra be the one to come out then, perhaps? You don't appreciate Becky Lynch, says the man. She said she's aghast at the lack of media attention she gets in Ireland. She's their hero. Crowd are now telling her to shut the fuck up. I mean, we're getting censorship. We're getting censorship from Netflix. To be fair, Becky, she says there's children in the audience. Come on. The tide has turned. And she says she is let down by each and every one of them. As the single greatest female wrestler of all time. Other people say it. Sports Illustrated. An American publication says it. I mean, again, at this stage, I mean, I get she's from Dublin, she's from Ireland, so that's why, you know, she's on TV. But now this is when you now get into the territory of why is she doing this opening segment? But I mean, I guess it's just, you know, I get it. So, you know, she's from Dublin. Put her on TV. So she's a Grand Slam champion. She makes history every single year. She's making history right now. And she has a hot American husband. Her words. Now the crowd chanting for CM Punk. Crowd chanting for Punk. So we're 3 likes away from 30 likes. Becky said, nobody wants that old ass. She has to get off her first class jet, walk through the airport. Says writing opinion pieces about Katie Taylor. She talks about Barry Keoghan. She says Bono's pretentious. I mean, what is this? All right. Thank God. Thank God, finally. Tiffany Stratton's interrupting her. I was like thinking for a second, I was like, where is this going? I think that promo from Becky Lynch went like, I don't know, 3 or 4 minutes too long. But Tiffany Stratton, so what are we going to get? Probably what, Stratton versus Becky Lynch later on this evening. But again, I do like the camera angles being a bit, a bit different. Crowd is chanting Tiffy time for Tiffany Stratton. Says that disgusts her. Been grateful to Dublin, Ireland. On the wrong show. Well, that is true. It's Tiffy time. That's what the crowd say. Crowd chant Tiffy time. He says on behalf of everyone. Well, here comes Nia Jax. Nia Jax says, why are you concerning yourself with Becky? I mean, you kind of do wonder what sort of this opening segment is. Crowd chant, who are you? At Nia Jax. She says, you've got bigger problems than that. And they're standing in front of you. Oh, Nia Jax just a bit of weird right hands. She punched her in the arm, and it made Tiffany Stratton fall to the floor. I mean, and now here comes Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill ducks the clothesline from Nia Jax, and there's a pump kick. Sends down Nia Jax. And Becky Lynch trying to sneak up behind Jade. And Jade just turns around. Crowd are chanting, "You effed up." Tiffany Stratton with a drop kick sends Nia Jax down. Oh, and Becky Lynch ran away. Did someone say tag team match? There's Nick Aldis. Aldis says Big Time Bex is causing him big time trouble. So it's going to be Becky Lynch and Nia Jax versus Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton. Oh, there you go. Oh, 2-1. I tell you what, that's a heck of a match, isn't it? There's what? Fraxium talking to Carmella Hayes. They said they've earned Axiom's respect. They said, watch out for Miz. He's a schemer. There's the Miz. This is the Miz, most decorated man in WWE. Is that the Wyatt Six in the background as well? Yeah. There you go. You can see Dexter Lumis holding the WWE Tag Team Championship. The Miz, it was a bit of a weird way of saying he's smarter than everyone. Or's him. Definitely works. All right, here comes the Miz, along with Carmella Hayes. Maybe it is going to be... maybe it is going to be a thing where Carmella Hayes turns on the Miz. Carmella Hayes and the Miz. Mellow Don't Miz, which, again, it's just a terrible name. It really is. But they're going to be facing the Motor City Machine Guns up next. I mean, does this mean we have to have the... There we go. So, yeah, it's going to be WWE on ESPN in the United States. Which, once again, this is why I go back to what we were talking about before. Might be the right time to get a VPN, folks. You know, might cost you a little bit extra. Big up to Jamie, always getting involved in the watch-alongs and always getting involved on the... I've got to turn that music off because it's just brutal. Big up to Jamie, always getting involved on the watch-alongs, always getting involved in the on the channel. He's a member, moderator, and I think he holds the official title here of Chief Hater at Wrestling News 365. Always stir on the pot. Says, hey, who did you choose for this week's William Hill bet game, Owen? You were brave because you told Sunderland last week. Hey, exactly. Says, you can answer and move on quick since it's unrelated. Appreciate it just a bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Who did I choose this week? I did it on the transfer view this morning. It was Arsenal. Arsenal are facing Leeds at home. And that was the one that I just felt like was felt the most likely. Again, last week, I know Jamie's a Sunderland fan. Last week, last week, people were doubting me. People were saying that it was silly and Sunderland, they're going to get relegated and they're going to be rubbish this season. And, they weren't even the best team in the playoffs. And there's always that team that comes up and spends loads of money. It doesn't work. And I said, no, I like their players. And West Ham are rubbish. And to be fair, it looks like they actually played a bit better against Chelsea this evening. But, that's what we do. Paul Heyman settings, I don't do predictions. I do spoilers. Apart from when I do get it wrong, then they are predictions, maybe. So, perhaps. But yes, big up, Jamie. Be sure to click the like button, folks. Be sure to subscribe as we're currently on commercial. I'm not listening to the Netflix commercial music because it's just brutal. I just can't. We are, it says there that, of course, Sunday, August 31st, it is Clash in Paris. That, of course, is going to be streaming live internationally on Netflix as well. So I'll be doing a live stream for that one, and I'll be doing a post show, just like we're going to have this evening. As always, we've got this watch along at the moment, and once the show ends, I'll, of course, be doing a post show here on the channel. We'll be going through SmackDown, which so far, 22 minutes in, we've had an opening segment involving, Becky Lynch and Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton and Jay Cargill, which frankly I thought was quite bizarre. And then we're just about to have this tag team match. Not a lot to write home about just yet. There is Carmelo Hayes, though, with The Miz. Well, here comes the Motor City Machine Guns. Of course, they can't have the pyro with as many people packed in there, seemingly. So they've got the smoke, the steam going off. Or they can have like the noise of the pyro going off. But it's the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin. It's still somewhat surreal that they're actually on WWE television, isn't it? Just wish that we'd got them, earlier on in their career. I mean, their matches they had in TNA with the likes of Beer Money were just absolutely incredible. But haven't been able to reclaim the title since they lost them. Right. Referee is trying to The Miz is gonna start the match. But the bell rings. We finally got some action. Oh, Carmelo Hayes has decided to tag himself in. So it's going to be Carmelo Hayes to start this one. Carmelo Hayes starting the match with Chris Sabin. Collar and elbow tie-up. The crowd's saying we want Miz. They wanted Miz. That's what they want. Clearly, the Miz. We thought for a second he was going to get tagged in, but no. Carmelo Hayes just playing games. KJ says, would you listen to the Netflix music if Fleck got you the championship bout in return for your suffering? I mean, everyone's got a price, I suppose. Oh, nice. Beautiful arm drag. Simon says, evening, Owen. Austin Baker says, yo, guys, just came over from the hate-along. Big up, Austin. Appreciate you. One of our mods here on the channel as well. Irish Whip. Carmelo Hayes. Oh, there was the tag from The Miz. Oh, went for a clothesline. Dropped toe hold straight away by Chris Sabin. Look at this. Everything's getting cheered. That side headlock, though. Alex Shelley gets the tag in. Nice double shoulder tackle. There's a big double right hand to Carmelo Hayes. Clothesline sends The Miz over the top rope. And Carmelo Hayes quickly follows over the top. Shelley and Sabin. Oh, there's the baseball slide. Get ready. Here comes the suicide dive. Through the middle rope, lands on his feet, takes out both The Miz and Carmelo Hayes. A bit of a bow by Alex Shelley as we're going to head to commercial. I swear to, if I have to commercial music, can show you. Surely they can show the match. Yeah, good. Crowd chant, Motor City for the machine guns. Look at these right hands by Alex Shelley in the corner. Crowd will get to it. Oh, well, they didn't get the full 10. There's a double sledge from Shelley. Sends The Miz down. Oh, big reverse elbow. Oh, look at that. Just a left hand off the top of the head of Alex Shelley from The Miz. Reverse elbow by Carmelo Hayes. And look at that leg drop. Almost like a scissor kick leg drop. Tried to get into the cover. Managed it just in the end. Crowd once again wants The Miz. And there's a big boot right to the side of the head of Alex Shelley. Now The Miz is just mocking Alex Shelley. And another big kick by The Miz. And every time he does absolutely... Oh, Carmelo Hayes tagged himself back in to the boos from the crowd. Oh, I know. Crowd said they wanted Miz. The Miz with a blind tag. Now he's going to get in the ring. So it looks like the sort of what's going to happen in this match is basically a chance of Miz is awesome. Looks like the gimmick is going to be every time that The Miz gets tagged in, they cheer. Every time Carmelo Hayes gets tagged in, they boo. Oh, look, credit to the crowd there in Dublin for sort of making what feels like a completely nothing matchup feel like it means something. Oh, a kick right to the small of the back by The Miz. There's a super kick by Carmelo Hayes. Alex Shelley in the corner of The Miz and Hayes. Not in a good place to be on a Friday night in Dublin. But probably worse places, to be fair. Alex Shelley trying to crawl to the corner. Dived into the ring there. Or should I say dove. And there's the tag. In comes Chris Sabin. Crossbody. Doesn't go for a cover. Rolls through. Just teeing off with some right hands to The Miz. Reverse elbow. Followed by a snapmare takedown. Sabin goes to the top rope. And a twisting tornado DDT. And a kick out at 2.5 by the former two-time WWE champion in The Miz. Oh, goes over the top. Crowd continuing to chant that The Miz is awesome. Oh, there's that discus forearm. Oh. And it's that quick combination moves by Sabin and Shelley. Version of a magic killer, too. And it's Carmelo Hayes. Makes the breakup in there. Kick to the gut by Mello once again. Irish whip. It's reversed by Sabin. Oh, that was a atomic drop. And just look at the speed. Just how quick the Motor City machine guns are. You just sort of forget, don't you? And listen to the crowd chant TNA. Because previously they wouldn't be able to acknowledge it. But of course now with the relationship that WWE have. Oh, they went for Skull and Crossbones. That didn't work out. The Miz manages to gather. Oh, skull crushing finale. No. Ducks down. Sabin. Tilt to Will head scissors. Carmelo Hayes. He's the legal man. Oh. Beautiful. La Mystica. Oh. Sabin kicks out. Of course, La Mystica, used by the likes of Mystico. There's a match against MJF coming up in CMLL. Oh, he was going for nothing but net. The Miz tagged himself in, and now Mello and Miz, they're arguing once again. Oh. Oh, look at that. Lung blower by Carmelo Hayes. And Shelley, well, he just nearly missed the clothesline. There's a plancher over the top rope. 2. And the Miz wins. And the crowd go crazy. The Miz has poached another victory for his team. And, I mean, fortunately, the crowd loved the Miz. So they really loved that he got the pinfall. And that's 4 victories for Mellow Dope Miz. You can see the tag there. And again, this was the lung blower. I mean, how devastating is that lung blower move? Because my goodness me, it took out Chris Sabin for a long time, didn't it? Well, apparently next week they're going to be competing in a #1 contenders match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Well, coming up next, we've got this interview with Kathy Kelly and Jimmy Uso. Of course, talking about the announcement on Raw on Monday regarding Naomi and Jimmy Uso. Announcing that Naomi was pregnant. And Sami Zayn sending his congratulations, interrupting the interview. Sami says that he was crying his eyes out. Says he always has an uncle in Sami Uso. Well, there's the United States champion Solo Sikoa and his MFTs. Solo Sikoa said Jimmy Uso's unborn child will have lots of uncles in his new family. Jamie says, what is MFT? It stands for My Family Tree. Yeah. He says, no yeet. Sammy says he needs to worry about holding on to his United States Championship. You're not dealing with underdog Sami Zayn. Says you're dealing with WrestleMania main eventer Sami Zayn. Crowd are chanting for Sami Zayn. Well, according to this coming up next, it is going to be Charlotte Flair versus Piper Niven coming up next. It smells like a commercial to me. It's WWE Shop. Basically the same thing, isn't it? It's basically the same thing. Adrian's in the chat, says, big up Owen and the Owen Knights. Is that what it's being? Is that what it's being called now? Is that what it's being called? King Indy says, did I say Enzo Maresca? Hey, it's been a long day. I tell you now, it's been a long day. I did. I was on a transfer view. Did the Trinity. Did a video on my channel. Obviously got this. Got the post show. What else? Oh yeah, I set up Football Flex. I'm going to be doing a stream tomorrow on Football Flex. I think with Flex we're doing Man City versus Tottenham. So setting that up. So something else that I can't talk about. You'll probably find out soon. And what else did I do today? Oh yeah, I was getting some other stuff set up for Sunday. And by Sunday, I mean obviously United View, but also Forbidden Door. Yes, I'll be live for that. Of course, I'll be live for Forbidden Door, where they watch along on a post show. It's been non-stop here today, but it's going to be a lot of fun. Daniel says, how's it going, Owen? Quick question. What are your thoughts on Brock Lesnar's return? Controversial, to say the very least. Do you know what's interesting about it is that all of the reports basically say that, again, his status hasn't really changed all that much. So you would have thought from a WWE legal perspective, they would have got some form of, clearance or some form of feeling that this is going to be fine. But from all of the sort of suggestions, that's not maybe the case. Maybe their feeling is that lawsuit is going to end up in private arbitration. I mean, and with the Lesnar situation, it is a case of he's not a defendant in the lawsuit. He is named in the lawsuit, but that is different than Brock Lesnar is not being sued by Janelle Grant. But he is named, I think, over 40 times in the lawsuit. And of course, he was unnamed, what they've referred to him as, former WWE and UFC champion in the original suit, but in the amended suit earlier this year, he was explicitly named 40 odd times. So I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the live reaction on the night from the people that were in attendance at MetLife was very loud and very positive. Be interesting to see if that's the same at WrestlePalooza in Indiana. I think it probably will be. I don't suspect the crowd sort of hijacks the show on that one. So we'll have to see, indeed. As we're back from commercial, showing that tickets are on sale or will be on sale for WrestleMania 42 in Las Vegas on Wednesday, September 24th. 2-day combo tickets on sale. I can only imagine how much they cost, considering how much WWE ticket prices cost nowadays. But there is Piper Niven, which means that we've got this match coming up next. And here comes Charlotte Flair, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, of course. Certainly a heck of a resume for Charlotte Flair, no doubt about that. I wonder if Charlotte Flair will be accompanied by Alexa Bliss. Doesn't look like that's the case. Of course, this is after last week, Alexa Bliss getting the victory with the Secret Service attacked. So you feel like, are we going to see a situation where maybe Chelsea Green Is she going to be a part of the team that challenges for the Women's Tag Team Championships? Is it just going to be the Secret Hervists that do it? Not medically cleared to be here. That's what they're saying. That's the reason why Bliss hasn't traveled. As the referee rings the bell, we are underway in this one. Of course, Flair, definitely outnumbered here. Charlotte is certainly very popular with the crowd there in Dublin. Lots of woos. A bit like Jamie does down there with the woo. Look at that beautiful one-armed cartwheel just to get out of that submission by Piper Niven. Whoa, big shoulder tackle by Niven. Sends Charlotte Flair to the canvas. On a kip up by Charlotte. Oof, big reverse elbow. Oh, pulls the hair of Charlotte Flair. Crowd chanting, "We want Chelsea." I mean, the opposite of what Graham Potter's currently shouting, definitely. Flair going to the top rope. Crossbody. And Piper kicks out at 2. If you haven't already, click the like button. We're over 30 likes. If we can get to 40, 50. Reverse elbow by Piper Niven. Or Inzaguri by Charlotte Flair. Kick sends Piper Niven down to the canvas. Oh, and Piper Niven just pulls Charlotte Flair off the middle rope. Sends her into the top. And a boss man slam by Niven. 2. And Charlotte Flair kicks out. And Piper Niven salutes as it goes to commercial. Tell you what was noticeable there with Joe Tessitore is he from day one in WWE, he's done a really good job. But the one criticism you could make is, maybe didn't totally know every move, and that kind of comes with time. But he's a top announcer, isn't he? He is really, really excellent. I'm just seeing the Prime hydration station there. And I must say, I had, what's it called? The Nightmare, whatever the KSI Prime is, the other day. Because I was in the shop and I saw it. And I thought, I'll give that a go. It was really good. It actually was really good. It was like 10% coconut water as well. It was top stuff. I will probably likely get another one. As Chelsea Green is saying to the commentators that the crowd loves her. Side headlock by Piper Niven. And Charlotte Flair back down to the canvas. Arms in the air, which of course shows that she's still involved in this one. Hasn't passed out or anything like that. And Charlotte turns it into a bit of a jawbreaker. Irish whip. Nice float over by Flair. Oh, what a cross body that was by Piper Niven. A running cross body, perfectly called by Joe Tess. And only a 2 count. That was one hell of a move by Piper Niven. Chance of "Let's go Charlotte" from the crowd in Dublin. Oh, what a big headbutt by Piper Niven. You could nearly hear the crack. Oh, and a running cannonball by Piper Niven as this one comes back from commercial. I was about to. Piper definitely in control. Red Devils 99's been in for 19 months. Appreciate 19 support support Red Devils 99. That's amazing. Gold badge next to him in the chat. Says, hi Owen. Hello. Did you know Carl Anka is a big wrestling fan? Used to be a wrestler. Mentioned it in the latest Talk of the Devils. Get him for Mania live stream. I did not know that. I genuinely did not know that. Yeah, that is interesting. You never know. I don't think I know Carl Anka follows Fleck. Maybe not me. Oh, another big boot by Charlotte Flair. There's a big boot by Flair. Piper Niven. Oh, just a straight kick by Flair. Right to the face of Piper Niven. Oh. I don't think Charlotte Flair is saluting Chelsea Green. She just did something else. We're going to get a Charlotte Flair moonsault, perhaps. Oh, beautiful moonsault by Charlotte Flair. 2. Oh, and Piper Niven kicks out. I tell you what, that's not a move you would recommend for someone who had knee surgery that kept her out of action for over a year. Look at this. The heck of a moonsault. But you land on your knees, so they would probably say, maybe don't do that. Oh, and a spear. Charlotte Flair had to kind of stop it. Oh, and kicks out. Certainly Flair not holding back in this one. Oh, Chelsea Green got a shoe out, and it's got a stiff forearm to the face. Oh, Charlotte now is going to go for the figure 8, but Alba fires on the... Oh, she just scratching the eyes. My goodness me, that's how you scratch a cornea. Oh, and a splash in the corner. Get ready. Michinoku driver. Surely not. Surely not. 2, 3. Wow, look at that. And Piper Niven has pinned Charlotte Flair. That is a big, big, big victory for Piper Niven. I mean, who would have expected that? Wow, indeed. A massive victory for Piper Niven of the Secret Service. It was the numbers game. I mean, regardless of if it's a dirty victory and it's because of outside interference or anything like that, but Piper Niven has pinned Charlotte Flair to the canvas. 1, 2, 3. Massive win for one half of the Secret Service. Of course, there's Julia with Kiana James. Meechin said she wants an appointment with the champ. Uh-oh, did you notice who's in the background right there? Looking like a Cena of the Grudge. There's Nikki Cross. Properly does look like she's out of the Grudge as well, doesn't she? She's got to face Kiana James first. And she's going to go after Julia. Julia says she's not worried. Well, coming up next, we've got Logan Paul, but we've also got someone called John Cena. Mr. John Cena. The never seen 17 John Cena will be live in Dublin coming up next. Of course, Monday, Raw is going to be... Is it Raw going to be... Where's it going to be? Is it UK? Surely it won't be London. Kicks off Monday Night Raw. It's in Birmingham. I thought so, because obviously, you know, forbidden doors in London. Not the terrible music. I have to turn that down. You've got to. Red Devils 99 says, yeah, they were talking about Fulham, and Carl mentioned AEW event taking place there as well, and talked about being a wrestling fan. Well, certainly I do know that is the hope at one point. Tony Khan, of course, has mentioned it, considering that, you know, his family owns the stadium, that they did want to run an AEW event there. But, of course, their home base for stadium shows in the UK, or certainly London, has been Wembley. The problem is, from what I've understood, from what they've said about running Craven Cottage for wrestling, is that because the stadium is so old, there are certain aspects of it, like in terms of loading in the equipment and what have you, it's actually very difficult. It's actually pretty difficult because it's an old stadium. Like, you know, when you look at you know, some of the sort of seating sections of it, they've got the proper old school, like wooden seats and all that, which there's a load of history in that. What's that now? 100 says, how's the crowd been? You know what? It's weird, actually. Obviously, for that opening segment involving Becky Lynch, they were, you know, as you would expect, red hot. But then after, like, then Becky started doing the promo, and they were a bit sort of quiet. They were obviously really involved with the Miz stuff. They really liked the Miz. But yeah, I mean, as a show goes, I mean, we're nearly halfway through. SmackDown, thankfully, is back to being a 2-hour show, because those 3 hours were just, yeah, absolutely brutal. But what matches have we had here? We had the opening segment involving Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, Becky Lynch, and Jade Cargill sets up the main tag match, which with the Melody Miz and Motor City Machine Guns, which was a fine match, and actually it was more entertaining than I thought it was going to be, with, you know, them really liking the Miz and all the stuff that comes with that. We had the Charlotte Flair match, which actually was a good match. But yeah, it's not, in terms of a first hour, not a huge amount. Like you said, it's amazing that's been happening. I think for a second there I froze because StreamYard's not being my friend this evening. But we're coming back as we're seeing Seth Rollins. When on they're seeing the announcement of WWE on ESPN. WrestlePalooza taking place at the Gainbridge Fieldhouse in Indianapolis, Indiana. A perfect partnership, Paul Levesque says, to take it to the next level. See if indeed that does happen. Either way, it won't change anything for, obviously, us here. We'll still have the shows on Netflix internationally. And you can too. All you have to do is get NordVPN. You can save up to 73% and get 3 extra months free, rather. All you got to do is scan that QR code when it appears on the sidebar. Links in the video description below. Save yourself some money and also support the channel. As we just seeing pictures, I believe, of the Gainbridge Fieldhouse. There is John Cena's music. Get rid of that. And there is Cena. As you would expect, getting an unbelievable reaction. Cena says Stu looks a little different. The last time is now indeed. Says, let's go to work. It's not a long run to the ring. Of course, Peacemaker, hasn't that just come out this week? Season 2. Season 1 was brilliant. If you haven't given Season 1 of Peacemaker a go, I would really recommend it. It was what I think it's. I think it was at the time certainly was some of the best stuff that DC had done in a really long time. It was a real good watch. And of course, James Gunn in charge of everything DC. Crowd singing John Cena's theme song as well. Crowd chanting Cena. As we're 4 likes away from 40 likes, if you haven't already clicked the like button. Cena, he's checking his pulse. We're getting chants of Olay from the crowd in Dublin. And Cena now just... He pointed at the ring announcer. We're getting the John Cena epic intro. They've never seen 17. I mean, Cena looking emotional there for a second. It looked like he was pretty choked up as crowd chant Cena. Well, Cena doesn't even get to say anything because here comes Logan Paul. Crowd of flipping off Logan Paul. I don't think he particularly cares that much. I don't think he cares at all, does he? Of course, he's facing off against John Cena. 9 days in Paris, at Clash in Paris. Crowd chanting, "Who are you?" And he just threw his gum into the crowd, I think. It literally looked like he dropped it. Oh, he didn't drop it. He did throw it this time. He went to throw it and he missed. Crowd chanting very loudly, "Fuck you, Logan," once again, which is getting... Logan said, "You're getting muted on TV," and he's very right. He's very true. He says, "It's always good to be back in England." Crowd continued to chant, "Who are you?" The crowd's pretty red hot for this, as you would expect. I mean, there's no ignoring. I mean, he's great on the mic. Just called Cena a professional pretender. He says at this point, Cena is just an actor who knows how to wrestle. Crowd continuing to tell Logan Paul to shut the F up. Logan Paul says the disrespect towards him. He says, how is he the outsider? He's been doing this for 4 years. Every match he does is great. He's been doing this longer than half people on the roster. I mean, some of the things he's saying are not even that true. They're actually accurate. He says he is exactly who he says he is. He says Cena is a corporate pawn. He says if the corporate people tell Cena to roll over, he'll roll over like a good boy. I mean, the crowd are just continuing to chant for Cena. Logan Paul, to be fair, he's cutting a great promo. Can't argue with that. Once again, we're getting shut the F up, John. Once again, getting the shut the F up chants from the fans. He says that Cena's the real imposter, not him. He says he can't wait to share the ring with him in Paris. He says he's not signing a cohabitation agreement. He says this is his house now. The crowd got certain things to say about the social media star. Logan Paul is an undeniable presence, says Cena. Logan Paul is a tremendous athlete, says Cena. Logan Paul is a future WWE champion. He's a future WrestleMania main event. So these are things he believes to be true. And yet they make Cena upset. So you've stuck on this one term for Logan Paul. mean, it's pretty intense, the word, isn't it? The crowd enjoyed that from Cena. Again, Cena referring to Logan Paul potentially being an outsider. Said Logan Paul isn't an outsider. Logan Paul's a disappointment. He spoke about how he sat and spoke with him for hours. I've seen him going to the outside here. What's he doing? Cena said, you use us for another branding opportunity to buy another Pokemon card. He shoved over the hydration station. That got a reaction. Prime all over the place. He says you have the nerve to talk about putting your life on the line for 23 matches. He says he's given his heart and soul to the business for 23 years. See, this is really what Cena's retirement tour should have been. Shouldn't have been, you know, the forced heel Cena stuff. Should have been just Cena just being Cena. Just flipped off Logan Paul. $100 moves, 5 moves, 1 move, and the 1 move was a middle finger. I mean, it's not bad, to be fair. It's a good move as it goes. He said it doesn't matter how fast he can run, how high he can jump, how many viral videos he creates. The people can see through BS. Says Logan Paul is not an outsider. Logan Paul is a parasite. Crowd chanting parasite. To be fair, I mean, it's again, this is what Cena should have been doing his whole retirement tour. Absolutely. Crowd chanting for AJ Styles. Cena says they want to see those matches. They think I'm wasting my time with you. Says Clash in Paris, the most important match of his life. Well, he's not wrong. He says you know a lot about hustle, but you don't know nothing about loyalty and respect. Cena says he learned the hard way. This is their world. I guess referring to the stupid heel turn. Crowd once again chant Cena. Says he reads the news. He's got plenty of legal trouble. So the agreement is you better bring your opponent is the greatest of all time. And if you think for 1 second in his final moments here, he's going to let him waltz into Paris. See, Cena. Or he's going to beat the ever-loving shite out of him, says Cena. Oh, and he just pokes Cena in the chest. Oh, duck the right hand. Oh, well, what happened to Logan Paul? He couldn't even really get up on his shoulders. What the hell was that? What a mess. It was one of like the worst. One of the flattest. One of the flattest AAs ever. Wasn't it just? But it is going to be John Cena versus Logan Paul at Clash in Paris. But the crowd loved them some John Cena. I mean, who doesn't? As John Cena gets a huge reaction, as one would expect from the crowd in Dublin, Ireland. Tiffany Stratton backstage with Jade Cargill. Well, coming up next, it's the Street Profits in action. Adjusted attitude, indeed. But I tell you what, these music, honestly, the entrance themes, how quiet is like the crowd for these entrance themes? Because they're just the worst, aren't they? They're just so terrible. You can audibly hear the crowd being like, "We have no idea who's coming out at the moment." So flat. The Street Profits gonna be in action up next, as they're showing a promo for Survivor Series, which is going to be taking place in San Diego, California, I believe. If you haven't already, click the like button. Be sure to subscribe. We are, of course, less than 200 subscribers away from 24,000 on our road to 25K in 2025. A reminder, we'll be live after this for a post show, as we always are when it comes to watch-alongs. We'll also be live once again this weekend for AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door. That'll be taking place in London. A lot of pro wrestling in and around Europe this week. Of course, you've got these WWE shows. You've got WWE Clash in Paris at the end of the month. You've got, of course, AEW had Dynamite and Collision in Scotland midweek. There's also Forbidden Door, as I mentioned, coming up this weekend. That Chelsea 4-1 up against West Ham. I saw the camera angle. Look at all those people leaving. Bloody hell. And those people at the London Stadium have had enough, haven't they? My goodness me. And the owners look thrilled. Let's have a look at this. There's ball in. Oh, what is the keeper doing? What a mess. Oh, my goodness. Shocking. Absolutely terrible. Yeah, not good. As we're about 60 seconds away from coming back from commercial. And no, I'm not listening to the Netflix music. Can't be doing with it. Actually, Jamie was talking earlier on, saying about that, saying that I picked Sunderland. I don't even know, Jamie. I mean, I know you're a Sunderland fan. I don't even know if it's because actually Sunderland are good. I think it might just be West Ham might just be awful, like absolutely awful. But I just happened to get lucky with the team that I picked, who their opponent was, as opposed to how good they actually Sunderland were. Maybe it might have been. Maybe the it wasn't that much of a spoiler, perhaps. I'm not sure. As we're about 13 seconds away from coming back from commercial. In a big weekend of wrestling and content here on Wrestle News 365. As coming back from commercial now. Logan Paul doesn't look happy backstage. Got that, Drew McIntyre. Says, well, how was that? Drew McIntyre says, you're scared of John Cena. Says, you're scared of Super Cena. It says, that's not Super Cena. Jamie says, I think you can choose each. Yeah, you can only choose them each once. Can only choose them once. So I think it's actually just very good timing. He says, got to beat Cena whatever it takes. He says, whatever it takes. I wonder what Logan Paul could resort to, whatever it takes. And here comes Solo Sikoa with his MFTs. Now, this is a rare bit of good Def Rebel music, actually. Accompanied by Talatonga and Solo Sikoa. 5. Oh, God, they're getting battered. They're getting bad. My God. It could genuinely get sacked after like 2 games, Graham Potter. Holy shit. Yeah. But the bell rings. We're underway. Of course, we get to witness history here, folks. I mean, the incredible in-ring expertise of Tom Lower. Shoulder tackle sends Angelo Dawkins down. Hits the ropes again. Leapfrog into the ropes, and there's a drop kick by Angelo Dawkins. Tag. In comes Montez Ford. Whoa, look at that. Beautiful drop kick. A nice standing moonsault by Ford. Kicks out. Just backed up into the corner. JC Mateo, a walking Hasbro figure. Oh, kick to the chest. Kick to the gut by Montez Ford. Oh, and a nice famouser. Montez Ford. I mean, he's an unbelievable athlete, isn't he? Absolutely incredible. Oh, big PK kick by Montez Ford. Oh, but Tongaloa just sent Ford into the apron and then into the ring post. And now Solo Sikoa he's just mocking him. Absolutely mocking him. Woof. Tongaloa in control, just sent Montez Ford into the barricade and into the ring apron. Crowd continuing to chant F you Solo. Look at those kicks to the gut by JC Mateo to Montez Ford. Tongaloa just hung up Montez Ford across the middle rope. There was another shot right to the back. If you haven't already, click the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well. Oh, big right hand by Solo Sikoa. Ford tries to, because can't reach, and Tongaloa backs him into the corner. Red Devils 99 says, for a moment, SmackDown seemed more flagship than Raw during Final Boss time. Well, for 5 years, it was, in the sense of it was on a bigger network. Of course, it was on Fox every Friday night. So regularly, it got more viewers, did bigger ratings, bigger viewership than Raw. of course, because it was on network television versus cable TV. But since it's gone back to USA Network, it certainly feels, and obviously Raw's gone to Netflix as well, it feels very, very second tier. And it must be said, the quality of this show over the sort of last 12 months feels like it's gone down significantly from a creative perspective. Like they've not been putting on great shows on SmackDown. Some parts feel very, very lackluster, don't they? There's a shoulder tackle by Tonga Loa. It says Montez Ford down. JC Mateo. Look at this. Look at the strength of Mateo. Just walking around with him in a gut wrench position. And look at just a throw. Crowd chanting to JC Mateo that he can't wrestle, whereas literally an amateur wrestler in the Olympics. He's quite amusing, actually, isn't it? As we're just seeing, JC Mateo, it looked like there was a little bit of a flurry there by Montez Ford. Didn't really work out for him. And look at that standing moonsault by JC Mateo. I mean, the athleticism from JC Mateo there is pretty ridiculous, isn't it? Absolutely incredible athleticism. Ford sent into the turnbuckle. Oh, Mateo went for a splash, but misses. Nobody home. Tonga Loa's tagged in. Oh, lands on his feet. Oh, good grief. Those forearms from Tonga Loa just looked like the shits, didn't they? Montez Ford going to crawl. And there's a tag, and in comes Angelo Dawkins. Mateo reverses. There's the leapfrog and a big jumping reverse elbow. Flapjack. It's a Sue. There's a spinning splash in the corner. And another one to JC Mateo. Is getting Mateo up into an electric chair position. Oh, no, drops down. Out of the electric chair position. Dawkins. Montez Ford tags himself in with a blind tag. Oh, look at that. Combination. And there's all. Tonga Loa breaks it up. And Tonga Loa sends him out the ring. There's clothesline over the top. Oh, no. Oh, look at that big jumping knee. Tala Tonga, hangs him up over the top rope. Oh, look at that. Pure. Wow. What a unbelievable suplex. Oh, it kicks out. It wasn't a complete tour of the islands there by JC Mateo. It was like a modified version. It was an incredible throw. Oh, the host, Jimmy Uso. Big Jim with a steel chair is attacking Tala Tonga. Oh, my goodness me. Just kicked it out of his hands. And a big uppercut sends Jimmy Uso to the outside. And now, look, he's Talatonga's just chasing him. And there's Sami Zayn. Oof. There's chaos at ringside. Oh, and a version of a Haluva kick. And now Tonga Loa was chasing him. Oh, and what a dive by Montez Ford. He took out Tonga Loa. So chaos. Oh, there's a spine buster. And there's a big frog splash by Montez Ford. And that should be all she wrote. Indeed it is. I still say they really need to change their entrance theme. I don't think that's particularly working on that much. Big up to Amanor with a super chat. Appreciate you. Says, Owen, who's doing the watch along with you on Sunday? It is Flex, KG, and myself. We'll be doing the match view on Sunday. So, yes, it'll be a special Trinity match view over on United View. So be sure to check that out. Of course, members will have the possibility to call in before, during, and after the match view. So if you remember, you can on there you can call in as well, which is going to be a lot of fun. I really enjoyed that innovation last weekend. Always enjoy good innovation over at United View. They're showing promo for that boxing fight coming up soon. Of course, TK got their own boxing division now. Look at West Ham. I mean, my goodness me. All cleared off the line. And to think they were 1-0 up as well. What a mess indeed for them. If you haven't already, click the like button. We've got nearly 50 people watching us. If we can get to 50 likes, be sure to subscribe as well whilst you're at it to United View, to Owen Wrestling News 365. I'm surprised I don't do that more often, in all honesty. I'm surprised I don't do that more often. That's so, like, ingrained into me after doing it for, like, 4 years. That, I think at this stage, I'm just that's just pure reflex. Just pure reflex. If in my head, I go, don't forget to subscribe, my brain just automatically goes United View. I believe it's been 4 years, my goodness. I mean, I started doing stuff on this channel like towards the end of 2019, towards the end of 2019. So, yeah, amazing how time flies and still only just getting started. Still a young pup with plenty of years ahead of me. Hopefully, you're all going to be there with me. As we're currently in commercial here for SmackDown in Dublin, Ireland on Netflix. Of course, we'll be live with a post show after this. I mean, so far, honestly, it's not going to probably be super long, really, in terms of a post show, because there's really not that much to talk about. It's been a pretty nondescript show. I mean, it's been really largely sort of one segment, which was John Cena and Logan Paul. Everything else has felt, I mean, very, very filler, to be totally transparent, doesn't it? I mean, the matches, very much just your standard TV matches, it feels like. So, yeah, I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure what there'll be a lot to discuss. And sometimes I remember when it used to be, you had like 4 tapings, UK tapings a year, 2 Raws, 2 SmackDowns, 1 Raw just after WrestleMania, and the other one around Survivor Series time. And there used to be a bit of a complaint that sometimes they would be quite flat because, you know, they didn't want to do stuff too newsworthy or noteworthy on UK shows. This has kind of felt a bit like that, just very flat. As Aleister Black is making his entrance. DGS says, where will Man United finish, Owen? Are you excited for the new season? Do you know what? I actually am. I actually am. I actually am excited for the new season because I do think we've played some really exciting stuff. And what's this? R-Truth says, Dublin Island, what's up? He said, bad news, he's not going to be able to make it. He says he's sorry. He said he flew to Dublin, Georgia. He says he didn't even know there was two. He said he's in Dublin, Georgia. Oh, so we're going to get Damian Priest. So we're getting Damian Priest versus Aleister Black. So are we even getting a match? I mean, what is this? Once again, I tell you what, people that I'm sure there's going to be big outrage that R-Truth isn't being used, right? And a big uppercut, and Black going to do. They can't hold him back. Oh, there's a super kick by Damian Priest. Crowd chants, let them fight. And now Damian Priest is just brawling. They're just brawling with Aleister Black. Absolute chaos. My goodness. We're 6 likes away from 50 likes. Folks, if you haven't already, click the like button and be sure to subscribe. I suppose the Pope says right there. It's very, very true. A bit like this show. Well, that was a whole bunch of nothing, which is, again, it's basically been this show. A whole big bunch of nothing. Oh, there's Drew McIntyre. Crowd going crazy for Drew, as one would expect. McIntyre asks if we've got a medical update on Cody Rhodes. He says, I'll give you the official update on Cody Rhodes. Said Cody Rhodes is a little bitch, and he gets a big cheer. So he's giving him a gift, giving him more time. He says, hold it tight. It because inevitably you're going to have to fight Drew McIntyre. And he's one of the only people in WWE that's pinned him. And next time he's taking the title. He says, how many people have chastised him and told him off backstage? 0 people. Because they all want Cody's spot. He's got no friends left in WWE. Oh, it's Randy Orton. What's this? RKO by Randy Orton. My goodness. From out of nowhere, the Viper just appeared and took out Drew McIntyre. Well, Cody's not there, but Randy is. Of course, the last time we saw Randy Orton was involved in a match with Drew McIntyre, a tag team match involving himself and Jelly Roll against Logan Paul and Drew McIntyre at SummerSlam. As we see Nia Jax backstage with Becky Lynch. So we're going to have that tag team main event coming up shortly. As we've got the incredible, unbelievable commercial music. Oh, I know. It's tough, isn't it? Very, very tough. If you haven't already, click the like button. 5 likes away from 50 likes. Be sure to subscribe as well. A reminder, busy weekend of content live stream coming up here on Wrestle News 365. We've, of course, got AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling Forbidden Door Sunday. It begins at 6 p.m. So we'll be live watching that. It'll actually be a bit of a simulcast because I'll be live on 2 places at once. I'll have United View going on and, of course, Wrestle News 365. So that should be a lot of fun. So we'll be watching that. So there'll be a post show, just like there is a post show for this as well. We'll have a post show after SmackDown, going through the well, I say what happened. Like I said before, I don't think it'll be super long because really not much of substance has happened. It has been a very, very much throwaway show. And there's a lot to be said about creative in WWE at the moment because, you know, I know that the chatter about, you know, they're doing good business and ticket sales and what have you, but it's just some of these shows creatively are just so flat and feel like not really much is going on. And to be honest, you think about it, the warning signs were there, weren't there, around WrestleMania season. I remember watching, I did a lot, I think, if not all of them, the vast majority of the shows that were in Europe heading into WrestleMania. And the general consensus is that most of them weren't actually that good. Like, obviously, the crowds were good because the crowds were always really excited, the European crowds, to see the action. But the more they kind of went through them, they went, yeah, some of these shows, you know, some of these matches, some of these stories are just kind of, you know, not that much to really talk about. And that's what it's kind of felt like a bit with this show, hasn't it? They go, yeah, it's not really that much to really discuss or talk about. Just very, very flat. As we come back from commercial. Next week, there will be a United States Championship match with Solo Sikoa versus Sami Zayn. And a WWE Championship, Tag Team Championship #1 contenders match. The Street Profits versus Melo Don't Miz. And also a Women's Tag Team Championship defense. It is Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair defending against Secret Service. Well, you know, next week's a bit of a loaded show, you know. Okay, that's positive. As Nia Jax making her way to the ring. As Becky Lynch making her entrance. Of course, Dublin's own Becky Lynch. As Joe Tessitore is saying on commentary. Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton already in the ring. Maybe they might be running a bit light on time, maybe. Because quite a few entrances and making sure that they get a bit cut here. We're 3 likes away from 50 likes. If you haven't already, click the like button. As Becky Lynch getting boos from the crowd in Dublin now after what she said in the opening segment of the show. As Nia Jax of a tag, it was a bit of a drop kick there by Tiffany Stratton. Oh, and Stratton with a, and I thought Nia Jax was the legal competitor. Maybe not. Tiffany Stratton going to the top rope. Oh God! I tell you what, she very nearly didn't make that, and Stratton is holding the back of her head, the back of her neck, because that was a rough landing. She kind of just didn't rotate enough, and she landed right on the back of her neck. That was nasty. And Becky Lynch just holding on to the leg. No, Jax, hurry up. How long are you going to take? Well, there's a leg drop. God, they took forever to get to that spot, didn't they? My goodness. And now they're going to commercial as well. And now it looks like the referee just said something to Becky Lynch at ringside there. I wonder what's going on. You feel like you just got the impression that Dan Engler, the former Rudy Charles, just communicated something to everyone in the match. So I wonder what's going on. If they just got their time cut or something, I'm not sure. But a bit of a strange one. And there's a jumping forearm by Becky Lynch. And now some chops by Becky Lynch. And there's a splash by Nia Jax in the corner. And that's a nice submission hold by Nia Jax to Tiffany Stratton. It's almost like a version of like a Cobra Clutch or something there. And Nia Jax got locked in. It's Becky Lynch telling the crowd there in Dublin just to shut up. As we're about 40 seconds. Oof. And now Jax just throws Tiffany Stratton to the canvas. One, two. Oh, kicks out of a crucifix pin attempt there by Tiffany Stratton, who's now crawling to try and get the tag in. Stratton does tag in Jade Cargill. And then comes Becky Lynch. And Becky Lynch is looking around like she doesn't want anything to do. And Cargill. Now, oh, spine buster to Becky Lynch. Oof. Manages to get a boot up. Becky Lynch went for like that cross body. Look at the strength of Cargill. As fall away slam. And a kip up. Look at the athleticism. Oof. Oof. Now Cargill. Oh, look at that. Set out. Oh, and Becky Lynch kicks out. And Cargill now gets back to her feet. Oof. Misses that splash in the corner. Oh, there's a big pump kick to Nia Jax, who is the legal competitor. Oh, and there was the clothesline right to the back between the shoulder blades. Oh, my goodness me. What a senton that was by Nia Jax. Uh-oh, went for an annihilator. Oh, a power bomb by Jade Cargill. And now, prettiest moonsault ever. Now Jade Cargill's legal. A frog splash. 1, 2, 3. And Jade Cargill and Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch. Jade Cargill and Tiffany Stratton get the win. And that was all they wrote in that one. And then just very quickly going. If that finish felt quick, clearly they got told to wrap it up. Because already we've got executive producers on the screen, and that's it. Oh, and John Cena backstage, seemingly saying farewell. He says he just heard from Brock Lesnar. Oh, what a right hand by Logan Paul. Oh, he got laid out. I just heard from Brock Lesnar. Bit of a cliffhanger. Maybe we did see something, right? Maybe we did get a little bit of something there, perhaps. Yeah, Lesnar versus Cena tease seemingly. Yeah, and maybe that's what we're getting. So that was a cliffhanger. We had to wait for like 2 hours to get something, didn't we? But you know, was that whatever it takes as well? So, you know, when McIntyre said, "You've got to do whatever it takes. Do whatever it takes." Just you sucker punched him in the face. That was whatever it. That's whatever it took. Well, yes, we will be doing our post show very shortly, folks. As I mentioned, we're going to have all screen grabs from the show as well. So appreciate everyone for tuning in as per always, and I'll be live very, very, very shortly with the post show. Peace.